All the way from the front, all the way to the back. Are y'all ready? Let's roll.
I love being on the road, but I'm a studio rat. I'll sit in the studio for hours and hours and hours, you know. I figure at this point, if anyone really knows what Sevendust sounds like, I think it should be the guys in the band. So, you know, Morgan and myself, we started doing the, you know, production duties a little bit with Next, and then we really went full steam into Alpha, and then this record, the most recent one was, you know, I think where we could really kind of dial in what we were really trying to go for. Got Miles Kennedy, Mark Tremonti, and Chris Daughtry on the record. I'm over at Mark's house, you know, having some margaritas. Hey man, you should play on a song. Cool, send me the song, you know, I'll jam on it. We've always been such big fans of Miles Kennedy, even with Mayfield 4, back before he was with Alter Bridge. I mean, tremendous singer, and such a great guy too. And it was just an obvious thing, you know, LJ's a big fan too. He was like, what would it take to get Miles to sing on the record? I was like, I'll call him up. This is a custom Saltero that Dean built for me. I got a chance to go over to the shop, pick out the body, kind of pick out the neck, and you know, talk to the guys. I mean, I got the wood shop up and going, and I actually made a couple trips over there before we actually kind of put our hands on and started, you know, going down that road. You know, I told them that I wanted to do a tiger eye finish because I'd seen a bunch of really tight tiger eyes. You know, stuff that was a little closer to that kind of a flame thing, but I'd never seen one that had, you know, more of a quilted top, and that's kind of what we were discussing. It sounds unbelievable. Neck joint, you can see it's got the new neck joint on there, completely unfinished neck in the back. Got the glow-in-the-dark side fret markers for us old blind guys in the dark up there on stage. And it just screams. Tom Maxwell, I played a guitar that was real similar to something that they had done for him, and I remember when we were at NAMM, I played his that had the unfinished neck, and I was like, wow, that, you know, I'd never done one like that, and I figured, why not, you know, give it a shot. A lot of guys have been doing it, and his kind of sold me. It just felt so cool, you know. It showed up with a set of 10s on it. They took it out of the case, tuned it up, put a strap on, and did sound check with this guitar. And we didn't even tell our sound engineer that we didn't have the right strings or any of that stuff on it. He didn't know the difference. He just said it sounded unbelievable. This is by far probably the coolest guitar that I've ever had, you know, in my hands or anything that I've had made for me. The Dean pickups are just smoking. This is the Leslie West Mountain of Tone, and I believe this is their 59-ish copy in the neck, which is something that we're trying a little bit different too, because I've been using Marzio Super Distortions in these guys, and it's just a different guitar. I mean, the Saltero is totally different from this, and I think the voicing of the Mountain of Tone is just, it just suits this guitar a little bit better. On the road, I've got two Salteros. I've got this one, obviously, that just showed up today, and I have a Japanese custom shop Saltero, which is really nice too. And I have three Zs. I've got the black gold. I have a '79 silverback reissue, which is one of my favorites, and I have this one, which this was that was the guitar that kind of sealed the deal. That was the first one. I kind of went through a funny thing after we did Alpha. Had all this time while we were trying to find a record deal, you know, signing a deal and everything, and the record was finished, and the last thing I wanted to do was write any more music, you know, because we just, you know, once you're finished with that record, you want to kind of decompress. But I had all this time, and I was just kind of inspired to jam, and I said I wanted to take some guitar lessons, and the only guy that I ever wanted to take lessons from was Dime, and he always joked, he was like, you know, I'll teach you how to play lead one of these days. One of these days we'll get around to it, and I never got a chance. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to buy his book, because he had Riffer Madness, the column that he had in Guitar World. So I bought it and I started picking through it. And lo and behold, I got to Cowboys from Hell, and I tried to play it on a Les Paul, and it was the most uncomfortable thing I'd ever done in my life. And it was frustrating, because I was like, he'd never write something that was that uncomfortable to play. You know, guitar players don't do that. You usually do things that are within your comfort zone. But yeah, that was the first one, and God rest his soul, Dimebag Darrell is the reason that I'm playing Dean guitars. And I couldn't be happier, and you know, I'm sorry it took me this long to figure it out. I got my wings. I didn't use anything but Deans on the record, and I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever use anything other than the Deans. I mean, they just sounded, I don't know what it is. I mean, we can't put our finger on it, but there's just a certain clarity with these instruments. We tune down really low. We use a lot of distortion, you know. I mean, it's metal, it's heavy, and you can hear what's going on with these guitars better. I don't know why or how, or, you know, I think Dave Mustaine said that there's something special in the glue maybe, or, you know, whatever it is, keep doing it, because, you know, the true test is when you roll tape and the producer goes, can you put that really, really expensive Les Paul down and go get that Dean you just got because it sounds better? That's the test.